side. We should read between the lines. Now we're on the right way to go. Head high, we're not alone. Oh, we are not out alone. Running for my life. Feel the light. Running for my life.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? Hope you guys are having a great day today. Middle of the week. It is Wednesday, June 28th, 2023. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, I go live 4 times a week. And yeah, so it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun. If you were watching Nasdaq from yesterday, where did it go today? Where did we top for the Nasdaq today? So far, you know, it's almost like we looked into this area yesterday. Remember we talked about this right here? 15,176 up to 15,203.5, right? Didn't we talk about that yesterday? Yes. Yes, we did. What's our high of the day? Look at that. Look at that. We came right up into that 950. Traded higher one more time at the beginning of lunch, or about 10 minutes into the lunch hour. And then we have traded a little bit lower, but that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool, right, guys? If you are here, let me know by dropping a like. Let me know if you can hear me as well. And let me know if there's any static, like if there's any lag or anything. Because YouTube's telling me some shit about a bit rate. But I think that's just because I upped the... I don't even know how to say it, but I think you guys can see... I think it was the frames. I think I upped the frames, so it's easier to see the smoothness. And I think that's why they're telling me the bit rate is low. But if anything, I think the quality went up the last couple of streams. But what's good, Willow, Alex, Naruto, Jesse, Andreas, Leon 2020. Audio is great. Great. No lag? Okay, cool. Cool. So, what do we do this afternoon? Honestly, I'm pretty bearish. Indices, I got wrong. I got the S&P wrong. I took a little bit. I mean, not enough to brag about at all. But I think we're gonna trade lower. 43.99 and a quarter for the S&P, at least for the micro side. I'm not sure about the E-mini. Yeah, 43.99 and a quarter. Okay, so same shit. So I was actually looking for shorts earlier, and I did not time that correctly. So we had an intraday high here, and then we broke down, and I'm like, okay, well, there's a gap right there. And then I shorted a little bit late. It went against me, and then it went my way. I took a partial at a 15-minute imbalance, partial right there, and then bam, break even on the rest. And I go, okay, well, shit. At least I didn't lose. All right. Anytime you break even, it's 100% of the time, 10 times out of 10, better than a loss. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Oh, man, but, you know, just let the trade go. Don't move your stop. Well, then I would have taken a fucking loss. How about that? But no, that superior trade management allowed me to actually be wrong, get out with a little bit, and break even on the rest. So that whole leave your trade alone idea is stupid. Stupid. Okay? The Dow Jones, I have no idea what the Dow's doing today. It's so trash. The Nasdaq, we watched the Nasdaq trade higher, right? To the levels we were looking for yesterday. Great. But the Dow was lower. I'm like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do with that? So I'm trying to short S&P, and then the Dow rallies. So the S&P, of course, rallies with it. I'm like, all right, well, now we're just mixed. And I'm not really sure what to do, so I'm going to wait for the afternoon. So now that we're here in the afternoon, it's like, okay, well, what's next? S&P, I think, is going to trade lower. I think it's pretty late to short at the moment. And the Nasdaq, it is our strongest index today, so it may not be the one we want to short. But this might not even give an opportunity to short, to be honest, to be fair. I don't know. But I think we're going to trade lower today, at least in the afternoon. Know what I'm saying? What's good, C-Trades? What is good? We got to get that membership soon. Stephanie, we got to get that membership soon, too. I got to give you that peer pressure. That pressure. Speaking of pressure, I got an amazing idea for a video that I'm going to do very soon. And that's going to kind of be an introduction into entrepreneurship. So I told you guys about, oh shit, let me see if I still have it. I just saw him a moment ago too. I lost it. Last week, I told you about this guy. It's more than one, by the way, now. But it's this guy that does, oh, no. Okay, so there's a lawn mowing guy, and then there's a pressure washing guy. I'm not sure if it's the same dude or not. But I told you about this guy who does free pressure washing every once in a while, I think on Fridays. And then either that guy or a different guy does the lawns as well. So he'll like mow your lawn and stuff like that, totally for free. And that's like his marketing. So if I had, I'm going to make a video pretty soon. And I think it's going to be along the lines of if I had to restart as an entrepreneur, like what I would do. So if I had to go back, let's say, I don't know, let's say 10 years, 8 to 10 years ago, you took all my money away, you took all my trading knowledge away, all of that. Like if I just had to start from scratch, no money, no job, no trading experience, no trading knowledge at all, like what I would do. And I feel like that's a pretty decent video because I literally have a plan A to Z. And I was going to show you some visuals and what I would do and stuff like that. So that might be beneficial to some people. You know, I get it. It's hard to make money at first when you trade. You know, you can't just rely on trading in the beginning. Shit, I wouldn't even rely on trading even when you are consistent. I mean, unless you're pulling out 5, 10K trades, sure. But, you know, it's always better to have multiple sources of income. But yeah, I would tell you exactly what I would do as an entrepreneur. Nasdaq buy was clean for short-term buy. And there's a we definitely got some emphasis to the downside here. Right? Stocks fall faster than they rise. You know that. Bulls take the stairs, bears jump out the window. You see that same idea here. Kind of slow to go up, very quick to come down. So there's a 15-minute imbalance there. If we do trade lower, we have a 1 hour imbalance down here. 30, I don't know why I always say that. 43.97. 43.97. So anyway, what you guys should study today though is definitely this. Now, why am I saying that? Because yesterday, right? And I put this, I clipped, was it yesterday or I always forget what fucking day it is. Every day is the same day. You know what I'm saying? Monday we did a live stream and I took 2 clips from Monday and I made them 2 separate videos. One of them is measuring trade performance and the other one is smart money fundamentals. It's in smart money fundamentals. That'll be out on Saturday. Now you can obviously rewatch the session if you want to, but it's clipped down to maybe 20 minutes or less, plus little edits, so it's easier to watch. And you don't have to go back and like try and figure out where it starts and ends. And it's public, by the way, so it's not member only videos. But we talked about the question that I asked you guys. I wanted to give you the answer to, and that question is how far can the market go above equal highs or below equal lows, right? And I told you the answer to that was looking for imbalances above equal highs or imbalances below equal lows, right? And that literally, that was Monday. That was Monday, right? But look at where the market is today. Where has it topped out? An imbalance above equal highs. See what I'm saying? That's important information to know. Because what happens when you TP right at the highs, you watch it go higher and you go, well, damn. You go, my goodness. Right? But those imbalances above liquidity, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Well, I'm trying to tell you. Thank you, Andres. No lag on your end. So it has been lagging for Charlie. I'm not sure, man. Some people say yes, some people say no. I don't know. It could be your... If some people say yes and some people say no, then I think that's going to be on your end. Because if it was on my end, everybody's would lag. Luca, welcome to tier 2. Welcome. You know what? I didn't even check today. No, I did check earlier. They didn't have it. YouTube updates are weird. They're like, they update sometimes fast and then sometimes it's slow. Or Luca, welcome back to tier 2. Yeah, see, it's telling me we had the same on June 26th as the 27th, which is nonsense because yesterday we had like 6 sign up. We had like 6 or 7 sign up yesterday. So YouTube's on that nonsense, man. But I know it's over 100. It's like 106, 107. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of updates, I did send out an email earlier today. Well, I sent it last night, but for a certain time. And I gave you in that video, I gave you details on the next giveaway. And if you noticed, since there's 30 of you on here now, if you guys noticed for the members here, we now have a few more emojis. I just added 5 more. Okay. I didn't realize I had that many. That's how fast we've blown up this fucking channel. Okay. We got the birthday emoji, the books emoji, the sniper emoji. That's the 1 year, actually. That's the 12-month gold sniper that you get after being a member for 12 months. Big win, and then the money, I think it's cash is what I called it. So yeah, 5 brand new emojis for you guys to use. I mean, if you want to. See, look at that, Leon. That looks sick. Looks pretty cool. Now it's at the point where it takes like 25 members to add another emoji. So I would say we're not going to have another emoji for a little while. But, you know, there's an update for you. But yeah, okay, so what I was saying. Saturday on the 1st, I think it's 12 or no, it's either 12:45 or 1 p.m. Eastern. That's when that video comes out, the Smart Money Fundamentals video. And so for the giveaway, all you have to do is watch the video and like and comment. And out of all the comments, I can't see the likes. So out of all the comments, I will pick randomly, of course, 3 comments to win a copy of the daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Okay. Yeah. So I'll give away 3 copies. That's our next giveaway. And it is open for the public, by the way. It will not be membership only. What do we have markup? This one, right? Yeah. So I think, in my opinion, this would be a classic mitigation model, right? Higher time frame reaction, high, low, higher, high. We took liquidity and rebalance price. We have high probability downside target. This would be above afternoon session open to go lower. The only thing that I would be a little bit reluctant on is how the Nasdaq is our leader today. So, you know, I'll leave that up to you. I'll let you decide what you want to do with that. But if price just dumps lower, if it just dumps lower and doesn't ever trade up here, then we don't have to worry about it. It just means that there's no real opportunity there. Okay. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me type something into the chat for a minute, or poll rather. All right, so real quick, if you guys could participate in that poll, if you're able to. I know some of you are probably doing other things like being at work or something, which I don't really condone. Or especially driving. Jesus, I've seen that before. Like people have shown me they're driving and watching. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But if you are safely able to, vote in the poll, have you been enjoying the live sessions the last few weeks? Have you been learning price action? And let me know. Was it good, Tiago? Was it good, Airy? Is that how you say it, Airy? I don't think I've seen that name before. Was good, Trillionaire? First time commenting on the live session? Welcome. Welcome, Easy. Easy Money. I like the name. That's how you pronounce it? All right, cool. So you're shorting the Dow. Well, I think the Dow is our weakest index today, which is not abnormal, which is not abnormal behavior. The Dow is, the Dow's always been just gross. You know what I mean? It's just always been terrible. I mean, if I was short on the Dow, at least for today, I would probably expect a new low for the afternoon. But we don't have to, but I think that's what I would expect at least. So I'm going to take this off actually, because this was our 15-minute imbalance from earlier, and I'm not really looking at that anymore. This one, I'm not looking at that. I would rather focus on this one. And that's what I would watch. So I would leave that there. And again, for the Nasdaq, I think it's hard to say, to be honest. But if it comes back up into this, I mean, that's a potential 15-minute mitigation here. Imbalance, some down candles, and that old high, or the recent highs. So, I mean, I could possibly see that. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see for today. We'll have to wait and see. Big buy on Nasdaq 100 before New York open. That's the life of a trader, yeah. Are you closed already? Okay. Well, I mean, hey, look, I don't know where you got in or what you did, but if you've shorted at least recently, I mean, you know, there's some opportunity there. There's some gains there. I'm not going to knock you for a winning trade. Winning trade is a winning trade. But I will tell you, after a while, if you start realizing that you're exiting too early, that can get frustrating. And that is one thing as an educator is very hard to do, is to teach everybody, because everybody's on a different level of knowledge, of experience, and all that. So, you know, it's hard for me to teach beginners and, you know, intermediate or experts like at the same time, because, you know, but I do my best. If price trades into a 15-minute potential mitigation, do you look to short immediately or wait for price to break down? No, I mean, well, you can do both. Now, since I am a man of flaws and I have impatience, I'll usually get in on that first. I usually get in on the way up. Now, if I'm late, like what I did earlier on the S&P, this is what I did, okay? This is a 5-minute gap right here. Now, what I did is I saw this as a potential mitigation on small time frame. Okay. So when I watched that and then it reacted, I said, oh shit, I'm late. Because I was going to short here and I didn't. I wimped out. All right. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then it ran. I'm like, okay, well, there's your displacement that we talk about, right? And that Casper talks about, but I, bring it up to, be funny. I shorted that imbalance here, but it came all the way back into that 5-minute gap. And I'm going, oh shit, well, maybe I'm wrong. Then it drops down. I'm like, okay, that's a partial. And then I go break even because I didn't trust it. And then of course I break even and then the market reverses. So had I gotten in earlier, that low would have been a partial. And then I would have break even on the way up. And then what I did again, that was late, partial, and then break even. So in either way, based on what happened today, whether I got in like on the way up or waiting for that displacement, the outcome would have been the same. But I did teach that in my model the first time I taught it. I taught you that you can take whatever time frame you're on, or you can go down and look for more precise entries on the smaller time frame. It's up to you. You could do either one. Now, sometimes, like on stream with you guys, I'm not going to try and go in there and razzle dazzle the 1-minute time frame. I'd rather stick to the 5-minute, watch it on the 5-minute and go from there. But if I'm by myself and it's the morning time and I'm looking, I got 1-minute chart. I'm swapping between 1 and 5-minute, and then I've got the other indices over here going, okay, are we, do we have relative strength? What's the Nasdaq doing? Is it going to lead? Is it going to lag? Like, you know what I mean? Because I've managed positions before on S&P by watching Nasdaq and Dow, because those other two, they matter. So if I see something on the S&P, like this is why I went break even. Okay. Because on a 1-minute time frame, price should have not traded above this imbalance. It shouldn't have closed there, but it did. So I'm going, okay, something's not right. Then it collapses lower. I'm like, okay. And then I broke even. So after this run higher, that's when I tweeted. And I'm like, there's a lot of give and take today on the S&P. There's a lot of give and take. I don't want to be a part of a market that does that. I'd rather be a part of a market that does this. It just collapses lower and lower and lower. That's what I like. I don't always get that, but that's what I like. So if I'm not getting that or something similar, then I'm probably wrong. And if you are wrong, just like the top 10 smart money trading rules says, it's okay to be wrong, but just don't stay wrong. Because I would have taken a loss on that if I didn't manage it correctly. But since I managed it correctly, I didn't lose. If anything, it was like a really small scalp because I partialed on like a 1-minute time frame. So it wasn't crazy, but no loss. And that's just sound money management. Being wrong, but not losing money. Simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. So S&P, I think we are at an interesting price point. Remember, this is our 15-minute imbalance, so we're trading up into that. That's a pretty deep retracement here. That's a very deep retracement. So if it was me, I would probably look for shorts. So that looks okay. 15, 5, potential mitigation here. I mean, it's a big setup here. I mean, that's a lot, you know, especially if your stop is at the high, if your target's at the low. I mean, that's barely a 1-to-1 risk reward. So obviously I don't condone that, you know. For my trading personally, I'm not going to take a 1-to-1, but the stop would have to be a lot tighter than that. You know what I mean? And let me just label this real quick. Well, since we're here. I should probably have presets, but I don't. I'm going to go ahead and take this off too, because I don't want that to be distracting. And we're going to label this our morning session low. And this, I think, was a 1 hour imbalance. I think, possibly. Yeah. Do you ever trade pairs like Euro USD and GBP USD? Yeah, sometimes, but I just don't. I don't like them. If I stayed up for London like I used to years ago, then I probably would. But indices, I just prefer. That's another thing that's hard as an educator is I don't ever want to force you into anything, but like me personally, I just know that I like indices. I prefer indices. I'm better at trading the indices than currencies. So I would rather stick to what I'm better at. I would rather stick to what I prefer. So, you know, that's that. But the great thing about these concepts is that they're not just limited to one asset class. They're universal. So like the mitigation model, that's not just for indices, that's for everything. I mean, I don't really look at bonds that much, but you know, it'll work for currencies, it'll work for metals, whatever, man, cross pairs, stocks, all that stuff. Nothing more interesting than a 3 pip stop loss. Well, it's hard to have a 3 pip stop loss if your spread is 2 or 3 pips. I mean, you're pretty much done as soon as you open a trade. But I've taken on the S&P, oh yeah, I've taken 2-point stops, 3-point stops. I try not to go less than 2. Personally. Anyway, 31 votes, and at least 90% of you said that you got that you've been enjoying the live sessions, that you've been learning praise. So that means 3 of you just don't agree. Interesting. So what part of calling price levels in advance do you not learn from? Serious question. We looked for levels on the Nasdaq yesterday that hit today. So like what part of calling moves in advance do you not learn? How do you not learn from that? Serious question. I mean, I'm sure there's probably, you know, a couple of trolls, and that's fine, but you know, if you really believe that you're not learning anything, then tell me what you're missing. You know, I'm a pretty reasonable guy. Oh, Tucker misclicked. I get it. Well, Tucker, at least you're honest. You misclicked. What's the difference, by the way, raw CFD and CFD? I have no idea. You will have to ask your broker that. I don't trade CFDs. I'm sure they're probably different servers as well. Like the data feed probably comes from different servers. Maybe different leverage as well. But I honestly don't know. That I'm just guessing. I don't know. So the Nasdaq, it did meet the lower end here, like the lower end of this potential mitigation. But remember that imbalance is up here, or at least that 15-minute is like up here. So that may affect the S&P a little bit. But again, just watching to see, you know, what we actually do. I mainly focus on your bigger time frames, don't like smaller time frames. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's when you combine both is when you get precision. But that's okay. I'm not going to force you to go down to a time frame that you don't want to go to. I would never do that. But the 1 minute does offer a lot of price action to study. So this is what I'm saying. Because a lot of, especially on Twitter, like a lot of people are like that. Like, oh, stay off the 1 minute. I don't agree. But I've been doing this a lot longer than most people. So, you know, to each their own. But I'm not going to force you to do that, right? But if I were you, you can like high time frames. I'm not going to argue that. But I would at least study the 1 minute. Because you're going to get a lot more candles that print. Because remember, every 5 minute candle is 5 1 minute candles. I know that's obvious, but I'm saying you might have, let's say, a 15-minute time frame. So that means 3 candles is going to be like 45 1 minute candles. It's going to give you a lot more information. Now, study that, let's say on the weekend. On the weekend, study that. So number one, you're not tempted to take a trade on the 1 minute time frame. And you'll be a little bit more relaxed because it's not an open market. So you're not going to be worried about taking trades. You're not going to worry about trade management. You're just going to be able to study what price does because it's fractal. If it happens on 1 minute, it's going to happen on 5 minute, 15, 1 hour, so on and so forth. So I think it'll just give you more things to study. You may not necessarily have to like the time frame or take trades on the time frame, but at least study the price action so you understand how price moves, how price operates, how it does things, why it does things, where it does things, when it does things, all that. At a minimum, at least. Okay. But that's just me. Learning since the academy had tons of recording. Oh, okay. What? How many did you watch, Efron or Efrain? I'm not sure. Silva. I'll just say that. How many recordings did you watch, Silva? I had quite a few. Let me see real quick. So the announcements we did, the giveaway, that video is going to come out on Saturday. You have all day Saturday and Sunday to like and comment on the video. Monday is going to be the giveaway. So it'll probably be Monday morning. I'll get all the comment names and then put them on the spin, the wheel of people or whatever that shit is called. And then on the live session, we'll decide the names. And then you'll have until Friday to confirm your identity. And then I'll send it to you. The Daily Stoic. The Daily Stoic. Started from the very bottom and attempt to work my way up to the present. Well, how far did you get? We only had like, I think 12. We only had like 12 After Hours Club videos. Maybe 11 or 12. We may have to bring that back. Probably not. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I got way too much going on right now to bring that back. But maybe soon. Is there any chance you're going to upload more old sessions from the Academy on YouTube? Well, those videos are not mine. I mean, I made them, but those videos are gone. They're done. They're stopped out. Okay? There's no getting those back. Now I have presentations still. I saved a lot of those PowerPoints, but I am going to work on redoing a lot of them. They're going to be shorter. They're going to be more concise. They're not going to be an hour long. They don't need to be. And probably some better editing, better thumbnails, you know? So, in other words, yes and no. Oh, only 2 or 3 rows? Oh, man. You barely got started. I had over 130 something sessions. I think you got through like maybe 12. But that's all right. That's okay. Now I get why you left. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but I don't want to keep rehashing that. But freedom is part of it. Being able to own your shit is definitely a part of it. Just like an artist, you know, a rapper should own their music. A country artist should own their music. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them, the record label owns it. Thanks, Willow. Well, Kevin, I had 150 labeled, but I think number 21, I think I just mislabeled somehow. I skipped some of the numbers accidentally. And then I went and redid the numbers, but I deleted number 100 because it has my social media in it, which we can't have. And then a couple of them, I don't know what happened. So they were mislabeled somehow. Like it'd go like 140, 141, and then like 143 or something. So like there was a few numbers that were skipped. I don't know why. Look, I'm not perfect. Okay. I keep telling you guys that. I keep trying to ingrain that into your brain. I'm not perfect. So I don't know how that happened, but it was labeled 155 or 156, but in reality, it was only like 130. Why don't you do TikTok? I think, you know, it's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Delon or Dylon, Dialon. I don't know, man. English. Okay. The reason I don't do TikTok is when I first had a TikTok many, many years ago, I got off of it because I didn't agree with what was being condoned. And this is what was taking place. So I saw this was back when I think it was Addison Rae and the D'Amelios were, you know, gaining super popularity, okay? And of course, you know, it came up on my feed too, right? But then I realized, you know, these girls were 18 or maybe 19, but they've been dancing for years. And I'm like, wait. The math on that does not add up. You know what I'm saying? So you have TikTok that is now where you have girls that are dancing, okay, twerking, and they're 16, 17, 18 years old. So for me, you know, I'm at the time I was in my mid 20s. I'm 29 right now. So is that something that I really want to see as a 27, 28, 29-year-old? Do I want to see some 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old girl, you know, shaking her ass? I don't want to see that, you know? And so I noticed that a lot of like creeps are on TikTok. You know what I mean? It's all like these weird fuckers with the anime profile pictures and weird shit, you know? Just strange people that are watching that stuff. And I just didn't want to be a part of that. And then that whole idea that, oh, it's owned by China, they're coming for your information, blah blah blah. I'm just like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, there was just no reason for me to condone that. And I'm not usually political. I'm not usually like, oh, don't buy Heinz ketchup because it's owned by the Clintons or whatever. Like, I don't that shit like that doesn't bother me. Okay, I like Heinz anyway. You know, one time when I was a kid, my dad, you know, he got Hunt's ketchup, and I was like, where the fuck is the Heinz? He was like, well, Heinz is owned by the Democrats. I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck who owns it. It's better ketchup. You know what I mean? So I'm not all that political, but when it comes to TikTok, since you asked and you brought it up, I just don't want to be a part of that. That's all. You know, I don't want to contribute to a platform that is popularizing underage girls, you know, wearing skin tight clothing and stuff. I just don't I don't agree with that. You know, like I'm not ever going to tell a woman what she can and can't wear. I'm not going to do that. Right? You can wear whatever you want. But when a 16 or 17-year-old girl, or even younger, wears skin tight clothing, I can't do it. I don't condone that, okay? So that app, TikTok, it has that. And I'd rather just not. Okay? It's just, I think a lot of creeps, you know, really, you get what I'm saying, okay? So that, on top of the whole China thing and information thing and all that, it's just not for me, man. So I stuck to Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube, obviously. But yeah, I just never wanted to get on TikTok. So that's my rant about social media, okay? But thank you. Instagram got Reels, YouTube got Shorts, you good? Yeah. Well, the crazy thing is Instagram, the Reels go for a minute and a half. The YouTube Shorts only go to 60 seconds. So the problem I have is if I make an Instagram Reel, if it's too long, I can't put it on YouTube. So I have to cut my Reels that I'm going to make. Instead of planning for a minute and a half, I have to plan for a minute. And now it's not even a minute because the last 5 or 6 seconds I promote my YouTube. So now it's even shorter for the content. So we're talking 40, 45 seconds. And there's only so much I can teach in 45 seconds. You know? but I'll post more. And that's why the market review came out late last night, because I was editing and posting those other 2 previous videos. It took all day. And that's why I told you guys from the jump, allow for the market reviews not to be right at 6 o'clock. You have to allow maybe a couple of extra hours, because it may take longer to render the video. It might take longer to edit the video, you know, to upload the video. I mean, there's unforeseen circumstances that might lead to being late. And that's why I told you to be flexible with that. Just went break even on SPOOs. Thanks for the markup. Well, I mean, it looks good so far, but it really needs to start printing lower for me to... I think it really needs to start amplifying lower for me to, you know, really like it. Five to 10 minute long videos on Instagram. Well, that might be a post. That might not be a reel. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. But I might look into that now though, because if I can post 5-minute videos on Instagram, I might do that. But I actually, the whole purpose of like YouTube for me is when I give you guys content, it's supposed to be like computer. Like I want you to watch on a computer or a PC. I mean, TV maybe, but the computer, because that's what I'm on. I'm on a 27-inch monitor. So if I want you to see what I'm seeing, it needs to be, you know, the right size. I mean, I guess you could watch it on your phone, but that's probably not the best. But, you know, again, to each their own. Just worry. It hasn't yet, so I'm just protecting my account. Protecting my account in case price wants to trade higher. I get it. They show up when you're scrolling reels. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Triple highs on the 1 minute. Don't be lying, trillionaire. Don't be lying. What triple highs are you talking about? Right here? You might be right. Right there? Possibly. I mean, it's given a reaction, but what I would not want to see is probably back up to the 14s. I probably wouldn't want to see that. But that's just me. Sometimes price can do that. It'll come in here a second time, maybe take a short-term high and then rip ass. So it could do that. It could. Because I mean, it's not, I mean, it is moving lower, but it's just not doing it very aggressively. It's just kind of casual right now. Like you saw how we dumped here, right? Like huge dump. Retracement. And then, so I would like to see us dump lower. But it gave a nice reaction here. And now it's just kind of hanging out. You know, hanging around, right? The Beetlejuice. I gotta get that GIF or something. And so, I mean, again, we'll have to see. Raymond, I'm not sure what your question is. This is the normal asset. This is the market. Futures are the market. That's your entry? What is your entry, Trillionaire? The triple highs on the 1 minute or up here? The 14? Like this level here, that's your entry? Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Y'all already know that. We got our disclaimer up there. So. But anyway, Marlon said, I've been marking the imbalances across to the left imbalances, been more precise. What do you mean by that, Marlon? See if you can post an example or send it to me on Instagram or something. I want to see. Just say, bro, how the fuck did you break even already? How did that even happen? Trillionaire, what the fuck is going on? There's the S&P 500 and the futures. Right. I'm still not exactly sure what we're talking about, Raymond. The S&P ETF, the micro futures, E-mini futures, you have your CFDs. Like, what are we talking about? Shit, we even have SPY options. I mean, there's like there's a ton of different ways to actually trade the S&P market. Yeah, Trillionaire, what the fuck, man? You gotta let me know what is going on over there. Look at the Dow, dude. It's done nothing. Nothing. You're useless. We don't even watch that shit. Why? Why, chat? Why do we even watch the Dow, chat? Why? It's such a waste. It's like a commercial. You know? The S&P is like your TV show. Nasdaq, that's your TV show. The Dow Jones is like commercials. You're just like, get out of here. Let me get back to the S&P. Like, come on. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. It's gross. Leon said that spread? Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, we're now getting into 1 o'clock. So yeah, there's just not a whole lot of emphasis here on either direction. I mean, there's no emphasis either way. Matthew likes the mood. Yeah, I just woke up. I'm just kidding. No, I got up I think around 9, maybe 9:30. I slept in today, but not as much as yesterday. So I'm getting better at it. But I had finished off my energy drink, so we're good on the caffeine. That's my breakfast. Don't tell Siva or my personal trainer. I haven't spoken to them in a while, but it's kind of just a joke. But anyway, I mean, it's a good day. It's always a good day to have a good day, man. We hit 100 members yesterday. We got an email coming out earlier today. We got videos coming out. We got more viewers on the stream. Like, we're calling trades almost every day. Like, bro, life is good. You know what I mean? Life is good. Every day that you wake up, you can decide to have a good day. See, the 15-minute is, look at this. Look at this. Horrendous. And this is, now you know why. Now you know why I'm an impatient trader. You see why? Because this is fun. This is not. Now do you understand? John always says he's impatient. I don't get it, man. What do you mean? Now you see it. You see why. We've been here an hour and we've done almost nothing. Now you know. So, welcome to the life of John Fib, okay? There it is. Insight. Premium insight to to the skill set of reading price, but also to the shenanigans. But anyway, if you look at the Dow 15-minute, you can see it in the up candle imbalance. I mean, it hit this gap right there, but hasn't done anything. Hasn't done anything. See, look at that. Now it's like slowly coming back up, man. I don't like it. I don't like it when it does that. If I'm right, I want to be right. I don't want to be kind of right. Maybe. No. You're either right or you're fucking done. And right now, it doesn't look like I'm all that correct here on this. I am so lost in the chat right now. First high and then a triple high is printed. After we drop lower, I went break even. Now I put my BE a pip or point in profit so I don't. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. But it's probably to cover spread. I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, to me, I like that. Like, I'm an advocate for break even. But that's me personally. Because it's reducing risk fast. And I like that. So that's just me. It's all mental. That's how I felt looking for a trade today. You look at Euro. We can look at Euro in a minute. I feel bad. Someone asked about the dollar index yesterday and I saw it, but we never looked at it. I feel like an asshole. I was thinking about that. I was like, something's not right. I got off the stream yesterday and I was like, something's not right. And I was like, oh yeah, someone asked about the dollar and I didn't look at it. But the Dow, you said to the left. Up here? You talking about up there? Possibly. But I think the Dow is probably the worst index to trade for me. I mean, I've traded it before. I've gotten a couple decent trades out of it, but all my like greatest trades, none of them were Dow. None of them. And the S&P is heading back to the 14s again. Oh, that was Willow? Sorry, bro. Sorry. I bamboozled you, huh? See? This is why higher time frame bias, right? That morning move, if you were able to capture something, you wouldn't have to be bothered with this afternoon. Imbalance here at 8:45 or maybe a smaller retracement. I mean, that 1 minute looks kind of spooky. I'm not gonna lie to you, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look all that wonderful. Give me a second. I guess that's about it. Maybe that 5 minute imbalance, but it is coming back there a second time. I do not care for that. But that was the run today. So now it's like we're trying to catch a reversal to go lower when the predominant focus was higher. So this definitely is counter trend. Know what I'm saying? Caught the buy. Oh, Leon caught the buy below the open. That's awesome. You know, a lot more people have been messaging me about that, like opening price and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I've been teaching that for years. Literally, I had that indicator made like almost 2 years ago, I think. You know, I'm glad, you know, people, it's finally starting to like pick up a little bit. You know, so again, one of the many things I brought to the table at my last endeavor. Some things stick, some things don't, but whatever. What time do you take trades? Well, if I'm up in the morning, I may take something in the morning. I'm typically better in the afternoon, but there's a kind of a caveat to that, because if the morning we had a nice run, the afternoon may not always present, you know, something of equal or greater value. So like this morning's trade on the Nasdaq, if you took, I don't know what you took, if you took anything at all, but I'm saying we were looking for these levels up here yesterday. Okay, we didn't get them yesterday, but today you should have still went into today with those levels on your chart. So if you had taken something this morning, you would have no reason to look at this afternoon. You would have none. You'd say, okay, well, we made the markets our bitch in the morning, and we're just going to chill out in the afternoon. Go hang out, go do something, go read a book, go read the Daily Stoic, go journal, you know? I mean, come hang out on YouTube, of course, but it's like there should be no pressure to find something today when you have such a nice morning, is what I'm saying. So at this point, one of you said it earlier, we might have to wait till the final hour at this point. We probably are going to have to wait to the afternoon. Final hour. We're in the afternoon now, but we may have to wait for the final hour. But I can tell you, if I took this, I'd probably be breaking even now, and I'd probably just walk away. Because remember, I did get a partial but break even this morning. And if I take a second break even for the day, I don't want to push it. There's no reason to try and keep pushing it. Because I can tell you from experience, you take 1 or 2 break evens and you walk away is much better than going, well, damn, I took a couple break evens and then I took a loss. Why didn't I just walk away? You know? So at this point, I think it's probably best to walk away. Doesn't Forex get slow in the summer? Well, slow is a descriptive word, and descriptions are open for interpretation. And when it's open for interpretation, that means it's your opinion. And your opinion means that it's not fact. So, in other words, it depends on how you interpret it. Okay? Just like good or bad. Nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. I forgot who said that. But there's some philosophical wisdom for you today. Maybe Forex is slow. Maybe it's fast. Maybe it's medium. But the only time I really slow down trading is December. It's my birthday month. It's Christmas month, obviously. Hanukkah, if you celebrate it. I'm sure there's other holidays in there that I'm not remembering. You do have New Year's, late December as well. So, yeah, I slow down in December. But I don't slow down in the summer. But good question, though. It's a great question. Since you traded both London and New York, which session has many opportunities? Both. But, so it's 1 p.m. for me, okay? I'm Central Time. So I'm EST -1. London for me is 2 in the morning. And I used to be a night owl. I used to stay up all night, sleep all day. And it was great, but that's really not the way you want to live your life. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but for me personally, I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be up when everybody's awake and then sleeping when everybody's up. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It was fun for like a year or two, but you really just, I mean, the day I, woke up and got invited to dinner, I'm like, Jesus, it's dinner time? I just woke up. I had to change. Okay. So I gave up London, went to New York. And since I trade futures and I like indices, that's alignment. So London provides opportunities. New York provides opportunities. It depends on what your time zone is and what time you're able to trade. Ozzy said, increase your lots. That will make it fast. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But anyway, I would say today is walk away. I would say walk away. I'm not going to look for anything here. I would prefer shorts, but given that there's only an hour and 45 minutes left, I probably wouldn't do anything here. I probably wouldn't short this market here. The Nasdaq, I think, could still reach into this, but given the time, when we consolidate here, we're just burning time. You know what I mean? And the time window gets smaller and smaller. So the longer we do nothing, the tighter the window gets. So for me, trying to like catch a bigger move in a smaller window, to me, is less probability. So is that something that you want to do? Probably not. And what's interesting is the Dow is slightly higher here. The S&P is slightly lower for now, and then the Nasdaq is slightly lower as well. Again, I would still watch that. We should have screenshotted it up here, to be honest. But I would still screenshot your chart and then see what we do by the afternoon. I'm not going to be here for another 2 hours. I mean, I love you guys, but I'm just not going to do it. I would try and see what we do from here. Like at 3 o'clock, so in 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours from now, I would see where we end up today. Do we end up higher? Possibly. Do we end up lower? That's what I think. But given what we've done the last hour and 15 minutes, I'm losing a little bit of confidence, okay? Since I've already broken even, this would probably be a break even for me too. And again, just like yesterday, it comes down to discipline. If you're not in tune with the market, stay away, and that's just kind of that's the vibes I'm getting. There are good times to risk. There are bad times to risk. And I think today is probably not the greatest time for risk. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave this alone. Of course, the ego part of me, the sport part of me wants to be right. I do want to see us trade lower. But I could be wrong. Okay? So one of you talked about trade plan, right? You want to write a trade plan. Well, I just gave you something. When to walk away. When to not risk something. And sorry, I forgot one of you said to look at Euro a minute ago. See? We almost almost forgot about it again. Almost forgot about it. T-bonds traded higher today. Possible for metals to reverse soon. Yeah, we'll have to see. I haven't looked at it. And I forgot the Euro Daily has my risk stuff on there. I haven't made that video yet. I haven't made it yet. But daily imbalance, we've respected that. We're still in there. But let me see something. Forgot what was up there, but that was crispy. The euro. Hard to say. Looks okay. Look at the difference there, though. Look at the difference in that price. Like the euro is lower, but the pound is way, way lower. So that's definitely something to pay attention to as well. So that 128.06 level we looked at last week, that ended up being our high, and we have dumped since then. Not that I said to short that, I didn't say that, but just for following up purposes, that's where it's at. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess it's traded into this back in here. So it's made its low of the day, but I wouldn't necessarily long that. Probably some order flow opportunities in London, and New York was kind of just a lot of give and take, and it has shown a reversal, but I don't know, man. I'm just not as much of a fan of currencies as indices. You could even say there was a mitigation here. This was our last up candle there. So you have a low, high, lower low. Price trades higher. There's your shift or break in market structure there. And it does come back into it here. You do have a small imbalance right there. Right there. Which again is inside that daily potential mitigation. And it has made a higher high. And now it's just consolidating. So, rest of the day, I have no idea. So, I mean, I guess that was a scalping opportunity to go higher, but I wouldn't long this. British pound is weaker than the euro. Oh, God, look at New Zealand and Aussie. They're both down over 1% today. They're getting dominated. Look at that. They got wrecked. New Zealand bodied. So yeah, currency's definitely lower. Dollar index higher. You know what's interesting too? With the dollar index, how we're higher today. We were also higher on the future side. On intraday. So now you see how we're just hanging out here. We're hanging out at that 5-minute imbalance. I don't like that. I don't like it. So it's all right to be wrong. Just don't stay wrong. Know what I'm saying? And I don't recommend any specific brokers. So that you have to do on your own. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Y'all be blessed. Remember, the giveaway video comes out on Saturday, so make sure that you watch it, you like it, you leave a well thought out comment if you could, and out of the comments we will give away 3 books on Monday, 3 copies of the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. So stay blessed. I will see you guys on Friday. We don't have a live stream on Thursday. We have a market review tomorrow for the tier 2 members. We'll have the market review tomorrow. And actually, you know what? Tomorrow is also the next video. One of the clips from Monday. The measuring trade performance video comes out tomorrow. I think that one's like 17 minutes or so. I don't know why it's not loading. It's not loading for me. Well, either way, there's that. Okay, the measuring trade performance that premieres in 22 hours. So tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. EST, this will be out. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. Okay, so stay blessed, and I will see you guys later on tonight for the market review.
Crowded places, feel it sinking in. Lonely faces, say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibitions, I'll show you I care. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights and up. Getting hot, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay